What's good, y'all, and welcome to the annual top 10 Pokemon ROM hacks of 2024. Now, normally we do 5 every year, but I figured because there's so many games coming out every single year that we just add an extra 5 because unfortunately we're not able to get to everybody, and that kind of like destroys the whole honorable mention thing that I do before number 1 gets shown off, you know what I'm saying? So not only do you get 5 more entries, that's also 5 more Pokemon games that you all are able to learn about and play later. And obviously, before we get into any of that, hello, my name is Nicholas, SacredAlmighty, whatever you want to call me. I play a variety of Pokemon games, specifically fan games and ROM hacks, and obviously because of my Pokemon channel, we cover the new games whenever it's time to cover them. If you like the video, do me a humongous favor, leave a like on the video so more people can find it. Comment your top 10 Pokemon games from this year. And then lastly, subscribe to not only the channel, but consider subscribing over on the website at SacredAlmighty.com, where you can get a whole bunch of perks and keep up to date with the boy. Let's get into the video. Number 10 on the list is Pokemon Weird Type Fun. Now, this game serves as a complete type swap Pokemon ROM hack with a whole bunch of fake mon, some being goofy and some actually better than the original designs. All Pokemon types have been replaced with new alternatives to them. So basically throw out your entire type chart and learn a brand new meta, essentially. There are over 400 newly designed Pokemon, all of which spanning from Pokemon generations 1 through 9, and some beta Pokemon designs and some new fake mon as well. If you're familiar with games like Pokemon Fool's Gold, then you pretty much already know what this game is about. Not only are there all these new Pokemon, but they all have had their move pools updated to match the brand new types within the game. And it might look just like a regular Pokemon Fire Red ROM hack, but there's actually like a little small undertony kind of story that's being told in this. It's kind of cool. The one thing that drew me to this game were actually the designs. I remember seeing the starter Pokemon and thinking to myself, what the hell is this? And honestly, after playing the game, I am not disappointed. At the time of this recording, they're working on expanding the Pokedex, so not only is it 400 new Pokemon that you all get to play in the base game, but expect hundreds more in future DLC pack. They're also planning to bring Johto to the game, as well as new areas and events for you all to play in the base game as well. But if you're just looking for some random Pokemon fun, then obviously Pokemon Weird Type Fun is the game for you, and that's why it's number 10 on the list. Number 9 on the list is Pokemon Tourmaline, or Pokemon Tourmaline. I'm not listening. You see the cover on the listen, don't. Yo, this ROM hack serves as a loose sequel to Pokemon Emerald, which takes place in an alternate timeline where the setting and events have diverged a bit from the official games. The game features an all-original story, new characters, and a brand new region to explore, the return of many old and established characters that we know in Hoenn, a specifically designed Pokedex of 386 Pokemon so far, all new regional variants from Pokemons from generations 5 through 8. There are no Mega Evolutions, but in this game, some Mega Evolutions have returned as natural evolutions, so you'll be able to get them on level ups or with certain items as well. A very small amount of fake mon Pokemon, including some Space World designs from the betas, a brand new type called the Echo type that's designed to counter fairies and ghost Pokemon, 4 new status conditions, 2 new weather type, over 60 new moves and 20 new abilities, a complete rework of some old Pokemon, so some Pokemon have been buffed, various UI changes, as well as a lot of minor quality of life things like faster text, the repel prompt, the increased bag size. You know what this is about. Now, what I've played so far is probably the reason why it's number 9 on this list. It's actually a lot of interesting ideas and just an overall fun time to play. As of right now, they're looking for volunteers to help with certain aspects of the game like sprites and music. So if you know a guy that knows a guy, go check them out and go help them out, please, because this game looks on paper amazing. And who knows, maybe next year be at a higher spot. Number 8 on the list is Pokemon Sky Blue. This game serves to pay tribute to canceled fan games such as Pokemon Naranja or Pokemon Court. Because of the game's plot, we're able to visit the regions from those games, as well as many more that we all know and love. So if you're into multiple timelines and parallel universes, this game is pretty much for you. The game itself is open world, meaning you have a free selection of worlds that you can visit at any given time. There's a moderate level curve, so you don't have to go about the game feeling, you know, whether or not you're over leveled or under leveled. All unique Pokemon characters in the game have their own mugshots, so you're able to see not only their face but their emotions given each opportunity that you get to see them. So if you're playing the game and the character gets mad, you're able to see a mad mugshot on them, and to me that's just kind of cool. It breeds a different type of immersion to the game. And obviously, because it's open world and because you can go through multiple different regions, there's a humongous amount of Pokemon to catch. I'm talking about returning Pokemon, fake mon, beta designs, classic sprites of the Pokemon, new types of shinies, and so much more, bro. Now, moment of honesty, I didn't really enjoy this game that much, only because I felt like it was dated compared to a lot of the games that are higher up on this list, but I feel like it has enough variety on its own to be number 8 on the list, and it's nothing a couple of feature updates can't change, really. And from other playthroughs I've seen, there's still a lot of content to this game that I think a lot of people should or will be interested in, so give it a shot and let me know if you guys like it. A group of friends decided to make their own version of a modernized Pokemon Emerald featuring Pokemon from generations 1 through 9 and a whole bunch of quality of life features, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a ton of fun. The game features all brand new gym leaders and Elite Four members, new overworld trainer teams and boss teams, obviously Pokemon from generations 1 through 9 with their abilities and everything intact, a full trick house rework. They changed Victory Road to feature a whole bunch of almost champion level trainers, so before you even get to the Elite Four, you have to deal with champion level trainers that we all know and love, like Red and Cynthia. The AI in this game is really smart, and like I said earlier, a bunch of quality of life features such as the Pocket PC where you can access the PC anywhere, more starters to choose from. Instead of the regular Trico, Mudkip, and Torchic, you get to choose between Honedge, Porygon, Paldean, Wooper, Ralt, Eevee, and Alolan Vulpix as well. The complete removal of EV so you don't have to spend hours grinding. Mega Evolutions, updated battle UI, modern HM uses, all that stuff, you know. The last 2 years have been a whole bunch of like modern difficulty ROM hacks, and I tried on this list to not incorporate a lot of them on this list, but this is one of the games that you need to play for sure. Number 7 on the list is Pokemon Black, Pearl, Emerald. Number 6 on the list is Pokemon Compass, a complete overhaul of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that aims to be the definitive vanilla experience of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet with a few enhancements. So things like smoother progression through the main story, the levels in the open world have been adjusted so it doesn't feel like you're just going from one area and everything's weak and then another area and everything's strong. It feels like as you're playing the game, the region gets stronger with you. They also revamped the raids and the raid rewards. Pikachu and Eevee specifically have their Let's Go stats. Evolution methods like trading have been removed from the game entirely. There are no version exclusives in this game, thank God. All home Pokemon available. All teams are available as soon as you start the game, and so much more. Now, this game isn't supposed to be a difficulty enhancement hack at all. It's not supposed to be unfair, and it's not a balance patch for the games either. You can choose to nuzlocke this game if you want to, but I promise you, you will probably be disappointed because it's not supposed to be difficult. This is not a rebalanced mod, y'all. But as somebody who didn't like the original Scarlet and Violet, I think that this game does a really good job at recontextualizing the game as for what it could have been. And if you do like Scarlet and Violet, which I don't know why you would, you can try your replay in this new mod, and I promise you'll notice the difference almost immediately. Number 5 on the list is Pokemon Emerald Sea Glass. Welcome to Hoenn, but with Game Boy Color everything. I'm gonna be honest, the thing that this game has going for it is the Game Boy Color sprite, and it's not like the Game Boy Color sprites that we all know and love, but it's somebody's Game Boy Color imagination of Hoenn. Some Pokemon have new sprites, some overworld trainers have new sprites as well. The tile set is beautiful and colorful. The entire game has been overhauled essentially visually. Now, unfortunately, only Pokemon from generations 1 through 3 are available, but if a Pokemon has an evolution outside of those specific generations, like Electivire, you're still able to get it. There's sprites made for it, or like Mankey, you can get Annihilate in the game. There are some Generation 9 Pokemon like Tinkaton. They also changed some Pokemon typings, like Butterfree is now Bug Psychic, Blastoise is Water Steel, Sunflora is now Grass Fire, I think. Fairy type has been added and the physical special split as well. I don't know why y'all care about this, but following Pokemon is in this game as well. There's also new and engaging mini games and activities for you to do. The game has quests now, which is really cool. Like, for example, there's a quest in Forestry City that you can complete in order to get the shiny charm. Legendary Pokemon have quests as well. A whole bunch of content have been added to the towns, like in Pacific Log or Moss Deep. The game has a lot of things you can do if you just want to play through Hoenn, as well as experience a brand new visual look at Hoenn as well. Number 4 on the list is Pokemon Elite Redux. Now, I'm pretty sure I had Elite Redux on an older list, but the 2.1 update is insane. I'm being so for real, this game might have Radical Red and Unbound Beat by a landslide. A Pokemon can have up to 4 abilities up at the same time, along with 3 switchable abilities that make multiple strategies possible when dealing with some of the craziest battles in Pokemon history. Every single trainer has a reworked team with a full custom moveset. It has smart AI on, so obviously all of the decisions that get made towards you are at the best, most optimal play. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's 200 new custom abilities. Matter of fact, scratch that. There are 370 abilities with around 500 changed/extended abilities. The opportunities are endless, bruh. There's absolutely zero grinding. Not only are you able to go to the level cap, but you're also handed a candy box with unlimited rare candies. All Pokemon have 31 IVs by default, and you can change the hidden power types with the type gem specifically. All Pokeballs have 100% catch rate, and also every Pokeball is infinite. There's an auto heal every battle. Pokemon have been buffed. Types have been added, like Gyarados is Water Dragon now. You get a portable PC. I'm gonna be honest, I can keep going, but at some point you're just gonna have to play the game for yourself. Outside of another game on this list, this is literally the best Pokemon difficulty enhancement game by a landslide, bro. At the time of this recording, I'm actually doing a live playthrough of the 2.1 update right now, and it's a rebooted playthrough of the original Elite Redux playthrough that I did maybe a year or 2 ago. So if you want to watch it live, links are in the description section below as well. Number 3 on the list is Pokemon Scorched Silver, a game created by a longtime ROM hacker, Slew, who just came out of nowhere and just said, hey, here's my game, it's done. And you can tell this guy was having a lot of fun making this game, bro. The game is set 20 years after the events of Gold and Silver, where you'll meet old and new characters, obviously. Your dad is one of the strongest trainers in the region, which I'm gonna let you decide who that might be. And you have to fight against an evil team called Team Phoenix. Now, if you know Johto and you know what's going on, it should probably start clicking for you, but you never know, right? And they're trying to capture Celebi for nefarious schemes. I don't know why I sound like that, my fault. We're talking Pokemon up to Generations 8 with the Gen 7 move pools. So that's what, approximately up to 750 Pokemon available, all catchable in the game. Mega evolutions in the game, nature changes in the game. He added some new areas to Johto as well, so you're not just playing a regular Johto game. There's some new areas for you to explore. That makes it feel like it's been 20 years since Gold and Silver. You know what I'm saying? Now, this game doesn't have like an insane gimmick like promised harder difficulty or new Pokemon that they just made out of nowhere. It's a simple Pokemon adventure, and sometimes that's cool. Number 2 on the list is Pokemon Odyssey. Every single time this game gets updated, it just keeps getting better and better, bro. Not only that, but the developer is on Twitter constantly updating and showing things in the game. It just, this might be the best Pokemon ROM hack for next year, honestly. And the 3.5 update is literally the definition of quality of life. We have a new title screen, we have new maps and updated maps, we have more Etrian variants, which is this game's regional variant, we have a plethora of side quests, and the game isn't a difficulty hack, but they do have level caps in the game, so they added picnic mode that doesn't have a level cap at all. You can skip cutscenes, which is amazing because for anybody who lost their save file, I'm pretty sure you you know what I'm saying? Hey, a plethora of new moves to learn, and overall just having an amazing story with a bunch of new characters that look amazing. The choice of tiles and the map design themselves are really good. Like I said, the game isn't too hard, but there is a challenge to it, and it makes sense. It almost feels like the game scales with you, and thankfully you won't have to wait long because the final update will be coming out relatively soon. And by relatively, I mean early 2025. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, can we get a drum roll, please? Everybody, number 1 on the list is Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Now, in the last maybe 2 or 3 years, you've probably seen an abundance of Pokemon roguelike games and ROM hacks, and they're all amazing. I think that idea on Pokemon is just really, really good. But only a few games come close to Pokemon Emerald Rogue. Oh my god, where do I start? This game has so much to it, bro. Nobody's run in this game is the same, and that is honestly the best thing about it. Everybody has their own experience when it comes to this game. There's character customization. You can customize your run, like so much so, you can stop the over leveling, the trainer difficulty, You can switch to double battle mode. There's a seeded mode with like individual configuration settings for like multiplayer runs. There's a quest system in the game. There's rare legendary Pokemon that you can just catch in the wild as soon as like the first run. If you lose a run, it doesn't matter because there's a safari zone in the game where you can catch all your Pokemon that you have used in previous runs and just have them in the PC so you can take them with you on your next runs if you fail. There's post-game content. Trade evolutions have been removed. Friendship and beauty evolutions are now just level 20. The battle speed can be turned to turbo. The shiny rate has been immensely increased. I think it's safe to say that in 2024, this right here is the ideal Pokemon experience. If you're one of those guys who's like burnt out on the regular formula, I think that what you're looking for is Pokemon Emerald Rogue. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the top 10 Pokemon ROM hacks of 2024. Hopefully you guys have found some new games for you to play. And if not, some new playthroughs to watch, because obviously, you know, I've done most of the games that's on this list, you know. And I hope you all enjoyed the video. Everybody shout out Froze, who's editing the video right now. Everybody say hi to Froze. Froze, say hi. You know, yeah. Do me a humongous favor, though, so make sure everybody gets paid in this operation. Make sure you all hit the like button for the boy. Make sure you all subscribe if you want to enjoy some more Pokemon content from me. Make sure you all comment your top 5 or top 10 Pokemon games. And be on the lookout for the top 10 Pokemon fan games of 2024. Because not only are we doing ROM hacks, we're doing fan games. And then I have a special list for you after we're done with this as well. All in all, I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you so much for the support. And I'll see you all in the next one.